You know, when I tell people that I haven't eaten meat in 14 years, oftentimes the first thing they'll say is, well, how do you get your protein? Where do you get your protein from? You know, and I always throw that question back at them, by saying things like, well, where do you get your protein? And they'll go on to tell me that, well, I get my protein from chicken breasts. I get it from beef, low meat, from meat sources. And I always kind of chuckle at that. I said, well, that's interesting that you would get your protein from an animal who's a vegetarian. So let me get this straight. Instead of eating what the animal eats, you rather eat the animal. Okay. All right. I respect that. To each his own. But then I go on to tell them something they may not know, which is, do you realize that all of the meat that the majority of everyone eats is female? Yeah, it's female. You see, you eat cows, not bulls. You eat hens and chickens. You don't eat roosters. And then you eat lamb. You don't eat ram. And the majority of the time you eat pig. Occasionally maybe a hog. So all of the meat you eat is female. And so what that understanding is, you eat all of the meat with estrogen, not testosterone. So for all of you guys that's getting man boobs, it could be the meat intake, and for the women, you already have to deal with your own estrogen levels, but now you're getting estrogen from all of the meat that you consume. So you're getting double and triple the amounts of estrogen in your body. Hence the emotional outbursts and, the crying spells that you can't explain. And, when you just feel very emotional, Now, I'm not suggesting that people go out and stop eating meat. That's not my thing. That's what to each his own. Okay. But what I would suggest is that you give your body a break from time to time. You see, if you eat, meat 3 times a day, every day, try going a week without it, just to give your body a chance to process all the meat that it has been ingesting. You see, because it takes, sometimes up to weeks to digest some of this meat that you consume. So my suggestion to you would be to give your body a break, drink plenty of water, and let's kind of flush out the toxins before we go loading up once again. Just a suggestion.